This is a home for my clients who are a retired couple. This is actually a former attic space. They've got grandkids, and so they wanted to create a bit of an oasis on the third floor away from the hustle and bustle. So what we did was we vaulted the ceiling up as high as we could go, and we added these fantastic skylights on all sides to really bring in the sunshine. They love that island feel, they're very beach-centric people, and so we wanted to create the vibe of that peace and tranquility that they have when they're on vacation in the city. It's tricky when you're dealing with a room that has this many angles to create a way to sort of tie it all together and to not make the architecture overwhelming and chaotic. And so I thought turning it into a bit of a cocoon with this fabulous sandy toned grass cloth would really unite the space, pull it together, and soften all those hard edges. The husband found this style. It's called a tilt-turn window. So it swings in, but it also tilts down depending on how you adjust the handle. And in order to design window coverings that would allow you to keep the full functionality of the window, we had to be really clever about where we placed the valance, how we stacked the drapery so that the whole thing would continue to function the way that they wanted it to. The splurge in the room is definitely the side tables. I know that it's hard to see when you're not actually touching it in person, but they've got this bone inlay in a resin. A lot of the time when you feel that on other pieces by other companies, it's rough, it doesn't have the smoothness, and just the quality of the manufacturing on these pieces is exquisite. And we paired them with a lamp, less than $100 each. So I mean, cost savings, you know, it's that high-low mix. I think the layout of the bathroom was a real struggle because we had the whole of this upper floor to play with in terms of how we were laying stuff out. There was already a rough floor plan, and when I looked at it, I just thought, this doesn't work, it doesn't relate. We're sticking things in awkward corners, and so I really tried to reclaim a little bit more of the space that's up here to make it a bigger master space. There is a mix of pattern and color throughout the space that really makes it quite eye-catching. I think the shower in particular, the way that we've wrapped the pattern tile up around dealing with that angled wall, instead of making it look like it's a compromise, it becomes this focal point, and it's this attractive heart of the bathroom. I knew that we wanted to continue a bit of a more traditional vibe in the bathroom because we were doing all that patterned marble. So going with a slightly more traditional botanical print and pulling in the tones that were in the marble, going a little bit deeper in the blue, a little stronger in the green, helps the room to have a little bit more gravitas to it. We also carried that same fabric from the window covering onto a little storage bench that we tucked under that knee wall. It's got storage underneath. It's an indoor-outdoor fabric, and it's got an outdoor cushion in it, so you could sit down with a towel wrapped around you and put on lotion. And it allows us to reclaim a little bit of space where it's not tall enough for someone to stand up, but it gives it utility. I think we did succeed in bringing that oasis feeling into the space. The clients tell me that, you know, when they're here and they've got the windows open and the breeze is coming through, they have that sense of being on vacation and away from it all, even though they're in the middle of Midtown Toronto.